Guys, how's it going, man? I've been wanting to give you guys something uplifting for the weekend, and the weekend's coming up, and it's Friday, and so I just want to tell you guys one thing. I saw this post the other day on social media, and it was a meme, and it said, "Nothing changes if nothing changes." I started to think about that particular post, and when I thought about that particular post, it brought me back to the Israelites, when they were leaving Egypt. Moses was with them, and it took them 40 years to make a 12 or 13-day trip. It was an 11-day trip. It took them 40 years to make a trip that just took less than 2 weeks to do. Sometimes in our lives, we want to change things, but we don't change things, and we keep on going around the same mountain, kind of like the Israelites. They kept going around the same mountain. We have to make changes within our lives, and then so that way that we can change what's within us. We know that our heart needs to be focused on God, and God knows the heart of each and every one of us. And so we have to focus our lives on trying to make changes for ourselves, because God's going to continue to give you the exact same testing that He gave you that you didn't pass. And until you conquer that testing, you'll never pass it, and you'll never be able to go on. So that meme that says, nothing changes if nothing changes, that's directed towards you. Allow God to come into your hearts and make some changes. Maybe you need to make some changes yourself and start up here in the brain, start up here in your mind. Maybe you need to spend more time with God. Maybe you need to find it in your heart to be nicer to people. Maybe you need to maybe it's exercise. Whatever it is that you need to do, nothing's going to change unless you put forth the effort to make it change. So it's up to you to change it. The Israelites were stuck in a mindset. They weren't good enough. They were stuck in a mindset. Moses, why have you brought us all the way out here to die in the desert? We were fine in Egypt when we were getting scrapped. We were fine in Egypt when we were getting beaten. We were fine in Egypt when we didn't have enough. But see, God had promised them and had told them that He was going to take them to the promised land, and land full of flowing with milk and honey. And that same promised land you can attain as well. Nothing changes unless you change it. Don't allow God to keep on testing you with the same thing over and over again. I hear people all the time saying, man, I've been going through the same thing for the last 30 years. I've been doing the same thing for the last 10 years. Hey, at some point, something's got to change. At some point, you have to change it. You have to allow yourself to make the changes within yourself so that you can change your current scenario in your current situation. Nothing will change unless you put forth the effort to change it. I pray for each and every one of you so much each and every day, man. God gives me such great joy just to be able to talk to you guys, man. With all that I've been through personally and in my personal testimony, it's just crazy. Formerly being homeless, losing my grandmother when I was I think my grandmother when I was 10 or 11 or years old. My grandfather when I was like 14. You say, well, that's not a big deal. Well, it is when they were the only ones that were there to raise you. It's a really big deal. That was my mom and my dad. And so it took me a long time to realize that I couldn't sulk in my own feelings. I couldn't sulk in what I was going through. I couldn't sulk and feel bad for myself. I couldn't feel pity for myself because I knew that I had to change something. So I'm telling you guys out there, change. Make the change. Allow God into your heart. Let Him change your lives, man. It's great to feel joy, and I feel joy every day that I wake up because I get another chance to do it. Now, I'm not perfect by any means. They don't think that I am, but I'm changing things each and every day. So I just pray for you guys so much, and I just pray for you guys just to make that victory so you guys can tell your testimony and defeat the enemy at his own game. Until next time, my friends, God bless.